Observers of the situation in Nigeria have noted how northern Nigeria has become a frontier for Islamic extremist groups, warlords, and violence under the watch of the country's outgoing president, Muhammadu Buhari. In 2020, 5,621 Christians worldwide were killed for their faith. Now, 90% of these killings occurred in Nigeria. According to a January 17th report by Open Doors USA. Now, just this past Friday in Nigeria's Kaduna state, armed bandits killed a pastor's son and kidnapped 4 members of his family, including his wife. So what will it take for the situation in Nigeria to change and to get this administration to take this religious hostility and these attacks on Christians and other religious minorities serious? Joining me now to discuss this is former Congressman Frank Wolf, the author of the 1998 United States International Religious Freedom Act, and he is now a commissioner on the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom. Frank, welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Tony. Good to be with you. Thank you.
Now, you, among with others for years, have been warning about the deteriorating religious freedom conditions in Nigeria amid the rise of terror groups like Boko Haram and the Islamic State in the Northeast. The previous administration, the Trump administration, for the first time after nearly 20 years of the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom advocating for that state to be, or that country to be identified as a country of particular concern, it happened, only to see the Biden administration undo it. What did they not see about what's happening in Nigeria?
Well, the policy of the Biden administration has been a fundamental failure. USCIRF has strongly come out in favor of the country of particular concern, the CPC designation, but also to have a special envoy to go there and be active to really straighten things out, be almost the way that Senator Danforth did, if you recall, when President Bush appointed him with regard to Sudan. I think what it's going to take is for the Congress to really get involved. I think Chris Smith's resolution, I would urge your listeners to call their congressman, area code 202-CA4-3121, and say, please support Congressman Chris Smith, Congressman French Hill, Congressman Henry Cuellar, you know them all, Republican and Democrat, resolution that brings this before Congress to tell the administration to do this. But it's been going on for a long while. The Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, just being, almost every other day there's somebody killed. If this were happening in Sweden or Norway, the world would be up in arms. This happened in Nigeria and they're not doing anything about it. And keep in mind, in the year 2050, Nigeria will have more people in Nigeria than we have here in the United States. It's the largest country now in Africa.
Yeah, 220 million people. The destabilizing of Nigeria could have geopolitical implications for all of the African continent, even over into Europe.
It will. So goes Nigeria. So goes certainly Western Africa, but I think, quite frankly, all of Africa. You know, President Obama missed this. You recall that when Boko Haram kidnapped the young girls, the Chibok girls, the schoolgirls. You remember the Obamas did hashtag bring back our girls. World leaders did hashtag bring back our girls. Obama has said nothing. All those world leaders that had hashtag bring back our girls did nothing. 50% of the girls have not come back. When I was in Nigeria, I spoke with some of the parents. They couldn't understand it when they were so pleased when the Obamas did this, and now nothing has happened. And now, as you know, you adopted Leah Sharibu, the young Christian girl who wouldn't renounce her faith. She's been gone now for a number of years.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it will take. So I think the resolution in the Congress is really the answer.
Yeah, an administration that cares about this. I pray for Leah almost every day. And when the Trump administration was in power, the National Security Association, they were actually, agency was actually tracking her. There was hopes at one point that she might be released. Now there's been an election. We have an incoming president. Bola Tinubu is slated to take over for Buhari in late May. Do you see that? What implications is that going to have on religious freedom in Nigeria?
I don't know, but the people that I know who were there as election observers have not been very impressed. So I don't want to prejudge; it's not fair. Uh, but they have not been very impressed. So we'll see. But we give them millions, hundreds of millions of dollars of aid, and we condition none of it. We have a country with $31 trillion in debt. We're giving it to a country that's doing nothing. The people that are violating, they're watching violation. You saw what the Nigerian army did with regard to the abortion issue several months ago. So I'm, I mean, I guess I want to say I'm hopeful, but I don't know that it's going to do anything. I think unless America speaks out, and Blinken does, and President Biden does, frankly, I don't think anything good will happen. That's why I'm putting hope in Congressman Chris Smith's resolution with French Hill and Henry Cuellar to pass. Will send a message to the administration that they then will have to act.
Well, having been an appropriator in Congress, is there a way to condition the foreign aid funding to make sure that in Nigeria, for instance, that they actually take action? Because a lot of the times what's happening here, it's not government actors that are perpetrating the violence, but the government officials are standing by doing nothing.
Sure, you could condition it. You could cut it. You could do a lot of different things. The Congress has. That's why I don't have any. I mean, with all due respect, I don't have any hope now that the Biden administration will do anything unless the Congress kind of forces them to do something better. But yes, the Congress could condition the aid. There's a lot of things that could be done. But I mean, and also, Tony, where is the U.S. Institute for Peace? I mean, the U.S. Institute for Peace has that big building down on the mall, and I haven't heard them speak out. But let's hope Congress passes that and forces the administration to do something about it.
We will work to that end. Congressman Frank Wolf, always great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate all that you've done for those persecuted around the globe.
Thank you, Tony.